Hey, what's up, guys? Uh, just want to do a quick couple of replays from our last war. Oops, that's this war that starts in 20 minutes. Now, we did end up losing our first war against Iran Gold. Uh, Iran Gold was just on point. I mean, they three-starred our number one. In fact, they three-starred everybody except for, let me check the bottom just to make sure. Okay. So they didn't three-star our 2, 3, or our number 4, or our number 5, sorry. So that's that. But I'm going to go ahead and show my 2 raids. So I hit number 5, and this is actually, I'm the only person that hit this base, and I 97%ed it, so that was pretty decent. But I come in over here, and my goal is basically to get the 2 air defenses here on the west and the north end, and I'm going to wall break to get to it. But Queen Healer, and I was afraid she would kind of come after this cannon down here. So I took out some of the trash buildings to keep her from getting anywhere near that edge. Otherwise, she probably would go for that cannon, and she would go the wrong way. So I had to cut a funnel this time, which I usually don't have to do. But I raged her because she's under a lot of fire there, and she's just working her way through. I dropped the king up here because there is a crap ton of trash buildings up there, and I didn't want her lolling through that section. Being as I had such a big queen walk to get through, time was going to be an issue. Now I dropped one wall breaker to make sure there was no spring trap there, and once I was sure there wasn't, I put the other 3. That's just something you have to do on a fresh hit because you don't get to see if someone else put wall breakers to see if there were spring traps or whatever the case may be. So, queen's going in, everything's looking pretty good. Clan castle's coming out. It's a hound and a few barbs, and I think a wizard too. And now I start my La Lune up in the northeast. Everybody's coming through. Hounds are popping kind of quick down there. But I use my 2 haste spells to rush the balloons towards the multi-infernos. I freeze the Inferno, the Queen, and the Wizard Tower. I was really hoping those balloons would take out that Queen if I could get her underneath that multi-target Inferno, but they didn't. So balloons are cruising through. I think had I put that rage over the pups maybe sooner instead of over the balloons, I don't know what I could have done because as you see here, everything looks really good to this point, but that queen is going to take out all of my balloons, and actually she's going to take out my queen who's fighting the king and doesn't have time or the health to take out both the enemy king and queen at the same time. So that queen just kind of ruined the raid for me. I'm going to fast forward it because my king does clean up and eventually does get the town hall, which is very lucky because those pups are actually doing work on my king because he can't do anything about it. So, and he beats his way all the way through that maxed out wall, and his barbs are actually ones that clean up the town hall. So I don't know. I wasn't really upset about it. It was a good hit. Good hit. Excuse me. Just unlucky that that queen didn't go down to my pups or to those balloons. So, and my queen went down to that queen. It was just a lot of things happened just right in the wrong direction for me to not 3-star that. I also hit number 4, Aziz. And this is kind of a low-level Town Hall 11. You'll notice a lot of his defenses are pretty garbage. But I decided here to try, I was going to do Pentaloon, and I thought I had 5 hounds, but it turns out I only had 4. And a cold-blooded Pentaloon, but it turns out to be just a cold-blooded La Lune. Anyway, I put down the Golem of my heroes here, and a minion to hopefully cut the funnel was at least what I was thinking. And their only job is to take out that air defense and clean up some of this edge of the base to help my loon pathing. So if I clean out that whole compartment and get that air defense, the loon pathing works really well. Anyway, so now the air defense is down, and my queen took out the wizard tower. And as soon as the enemy queen gets in range of my queen, I use her ability, hoping she gets her, and she does. But I just started the La Lune, not expecting my queen to get their queen. With this many lava hounds, most of the time the pups will take care of the queen. So I work my way around in a counterclockwise fashion. I freeze everything. I missed that damn Eagle Artillery. I was supposed to freeze that, but didn't quite get there. I put my rages down, got my balloons going in. I have two back end balloons, and I dropped them now once that Archer Tower was interested in whatever was coming his way. I have a lot of balloons in there in the core, so at this point I knew that the raid was basically over, even though the hounds were all dead. And like I said, I meant to have a Pentaloon, but that's just the way it is. And I actually got the idea of a Pentaloon watching Clash with Ed. The guy Warman in the Dark, he did Pentaloons and 3-starred a couple Town Hall 11s, so I thought I'd give it a try. It happened to work out this time. We may try it again in the future, we'll see. But yeah, I recommend Clash with Ed. I think that you can say whatever you want about the clan in the Dark and who he wars with, but watching him and his live raids and the way he approaches his attacks and learning different attacks, I think he is a very talented attacker, so I enjoy his videos a lot. Anyway, my balloons are just cleaning up, and I got the 3 stars, so we did end up losing this war, however, but it was still a lot of fun, and yeah, the next matchup actually looks a whole lot better. I mean, this was just a tough matchup. This clan was super good, and we had a lot of new people, and a lot of them didn't show up. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.